Om Chaitanyam Sarvagam Sarvam Sarvabhuta Guhashayam Yat Sarva Vishayatitam Asmai Sarvavide Namaha Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samyang Mati Prakarana. In that, Jagat Mithyatva Pratipadanam is what Bhagavan Bhashyakar is doing by indicating that the Vachya and Vachaka, they have Anyonya Ashraya, and therefore they are Mithya. Then he used the Shruti quotation, Trayam Vaidam Nama Rupam Karma from Brahadaranyaka, and said all of them are Mithya. Their Adhisthanam, which is Satchin Matram, alone is Satyam. And then from Mimamsa standpoint, somebody says, but what about Indra, Varuna, Prajapati? There also, Bhashyakar showed that they are from based on some description, some form is given, and based on those forms, we identify them. So either way, both are Mithya. And then in Swapna, how one mind becomes all Indriyas through Maya, and therefore there is Mithyatva. In the same way, in Jagrat, if one Mani is there, and different Upadhis are kept near that Mani, then all those Upadhis, they as if give variety to that Mani, Spatika Mani. But really, there is nothing in that Mani. In the same way, Atma is not experiencer of the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, or doesn't do Mananam, doesn't get Jnana. Based on the Indriya, Mana, or Buddhi, Upadhi, there is seeming variety, and it becomes Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Vijnata, Ityadi. Further, 17th shloka, 220 page number. Yatha swapne nirbhedasya jnanasya kalpitopadhi bhedat ashesha vyavaharaspadattvam drashtam evam jagarite api ashesha vyavaharaspadattvam tasyopapannam iti darshtantikam aha. So swapna is taken as drashtanta, and in that nirbhedasya jnanasya, nirbheda means abheda, divisionless. Jnanam, which is divisionless, but because of kalpita upadhi bhedat, the superimposed divisions, ashesha vyavaharaspadattvam. Ashesha vyavaharaspadattvam kasya?
Nirbhedasya. Nirbhedasya.
Nirbhedasya kasya?
Brahma.
Jnanasya. So the sakshi in swapna becomes all. Then secondarily we say mind has become all. This I had discussed in the last session. Aspadatvam means ashrayatvam. All vyavahara ashraya is this abheda jnanam, prishtam. Evam jagarite api. Ashesha vyavaharaspadattvam tasya upapannam. That same sakshi chaitanya or Brahma in Jagrat also is the adhara, adhisthanam of all vyavahara. Iti darshtantikam aha. Jagratascha yatha bhedo ज्ञानस्यास्य विकल्पितः बुद्धिस्थं व्याकरोत्यर्थं भ्रान्त्या तृष्णोद्भवक्रियः जाग्रतश्च यथा भेदो ज्ञानस्यास्य विकल्पितः बुद्धिस्थं व्याकरोत्यर्थं भ्रान्त्या तृष्णोद्भवक्रियः. As you can see, the emphasis from the beginning of this chapter is that moksha is through Atma Jnanam. Which Atma? Atma which is devoid of duality. And therefore, the emphasis is on to remind, to prove Jagat is Mithya. So in the advanced texts, maximum effort is on this, because the Tvam Padartha Viveka, where I separate myself from Panca Kosha, is really possible when I understand Panca Koshas are Mithya. Not that there is only separation. Atma is different, Panca Koshas are different. Because this Viveka will not last for a few hours. Again, some reality will be given to this Panca Kosha, and therefore I will have Tadat. So I have to understand the Satta, the level of existence of Atma and Anatma, the Panca Kosha, etc., or Jagat. It is different. When that is understood, then I know I can't mix them anymore. Like space and water, you can't mix the two. In the same way, Atma and Anatma cannot come together. So this understanding is what is to be strengthened. That is called Atyantika Dukha Nivrutti. Dukha Nivrutti will happen in this way, not the way we want, the way Vedanta wants to provide. That way we will get it. Yatha Jagratah Jnanasya Asya Vikalpitah Vedo Buddhistham Prantya Vyakaroti Artham Vyakaroti Tataha Trushnodbhava Kriyaha. Jagratah Jnanasya Asya Vikalpitah Bheda. So, in the Jagrat Jnanam which is there, where bheda is vikalpita, is projected. Asya, of anything in Jagrat. Buddhistham artham bhrantya vyakaroti. And through bhranti, whatever it experiences through buddhi, it does its vyakaranam. Vyakaranam means it itself defines it, then does vyavahara, etc. Gives some nama. Rupa is projected, then nama is given, then karma is there. In this way, he continues. Then, through that, Trishna, more desires come. Then, Kriyaha, Trishnodbhavaha, Trishnodbhava Kriyaha. Kriyaha is Bahurihi, Trishnodbhava Kriyaha. Trishna Udbhava Kriya Yasya Saha Trishnodbhava Kriyaha. So he is the one who has now activities arising from all these desires. This idea will be elaborated in next two more shlokas also. Kathanchid rupasya jnanasya asya jagrato vikalpitatvam tad aha buddhistham iti. Kathanchid rupasya asya jnanasya. Kathanchid rupa, some rupa is there first to start, which is vikalpita rupa based on purva vasanas or purva karma, because that rupa appears in front. Some nimitta is there. Jagrato vikalpitatvam. Asya jagrataha vikalpitatvam tad aha buddhistham iti. Atma khalu ajnana kanchukaha prathamam buddhim parikalpya tatas tat kanchukaha san tadavivekat bhrantya buddhistham evartham vyakaroti swatmagataya kalpayan vyavaharati. Atma khalu ajnana kanchukaha. How will you do samasa vigraha?
Ajnana eva kanchukaha.
Ajnana eva kanchukaha. Ajnana eva kanchukaha. And before that there is Atma Shabda. Atma and kanchukaha, they are samanadhikarana. Atma ajnana kanchukaha. Ajnanam kanchukam yasya saha ajnana kanchukaha. Bahurihi samasa. Atma is the one who has ajnanam as its kanchuka. Kanchuka means an overcoat, and like an upadhi of ajnanam. So first Atma gets ajnana upadhi. Atma becomes ajnana kanchukaha. Prathamam buddhim parikalpya. Then that ajnana kanchuka Atma, whose first avarana is ajnanam, he projects buddhi. Buddhim parikalpya. Tatastat kanchukaha. Tat kanchukaha. What is tat?
Ajnana kanchukaha.
No. Tat kanchukaha means buddhi kanchukaha now. First ajnana kanchuka, then buddhim parikalpya. So tataha, thereafter, now he becomes buddhi kanchuka. Buddhi kanchuka means buddhi kanchuka yasya. Kanchuka or kanchuki, whatever is the strilinga. Saha buddhi kanchuka. Buddhi kanchuka son. So now, see, only ajnana avarana, he cannot do much work. Avarana is there. Now he needs vikshepa. Buddhi has come. Then variety is there. Then tat kanchuka san, tad avivekat. Bhrantya buddhistham eva artham vyakaroti. Because of aviveka, Bhrantya, whatever is there in buddhi, buddhistham eva artham vyakaroti. So whatever vishayas are there in his buddhi, he does vyakaranam. Vyakaranam means he gives more names, more forms he creates, he gets identified, he does karma. Swatma gatataya kalpayan vyavaharati. He does kalpana and more vyavahara. How? Swatma gatataya. Swatma gata means swatmani gata. They are in himself. So he may do thinking, oh, I will do this, I will go here, I have to do this, I have to accomplish so many things. This, it goes on. Tatasya, Bhranti Prayukta Trishnakhya Kamodbhuta Kamo Udbhuta Kriya. Kamodbhuta Kriya. Tatasya, thereafter, Bhranti Prayukta, further prompted by this Bhranti, Trishnakhya, Trishnakhya, Trishna, Akhya, Yasya, Sa, Trishnakhya, Trishnakhya Kama. Kama, whose name is Trishna. Tad Udbhuta, Kamodbhuta, Kriya. So now some activities. What kind of activities? Hanopadana Vyavahara Rupa. Some Hanopadana. Picking up something from here, dropping it there, picking up from here, dropping it somewhere else. See, Kamodbhuta Kriya Yasya Saha, how he has given the Samasa Vigraha, Trishnakya Kamodbhuta Kriya Yasya Saha Trishnodbhava Kriya. That is the Padam. The Vigraha is given with some explanation also. Kriya is Strilinga, but because this Atma is Pullinga, therefore Trishnodbhava Kriya. Kanchukam is Napunsakalinga, but Ajnana Kanchukaha will be Pullinga. Hanopadana Vyavahar Rupa Yasya Saha Trishnodbhava Kriya. Avidya Pratyupasthapita Antakarana Parinamavastham Avabhasayans Tad Aviveka Aneka Rupa Prapancham Atmani Kalpayan Vyavaharati Ityarthaha. So this is actually very much similar to Mandukya Siddhanta. Like how he does Vyavahara in Swapna. Same thing he does the Vyavahara in Jagrat. And all the Namarupa, all the Vasanas, they are all based on avidya. Avidya pratyupasthapita antakarana parinama avastham avabhasayan. Atma illumines all the varieties of names and forms arising from avidya. Avidya pratyupasthapita antakarana parinama avastham avabhasayan tad avivekat. Out of the aviveka, Aneka Rupa Prapancham Atmani Kalpayan, in one's own self. Atmani, in Swapna, Atma is restricted to Swapna avastha. But in Jagrat, Saptanga Ekona Vinshati Mukha. The whole Brahmanda, he can do Kalpana, because all that Kalpana is within Atma. Even though this person does not know what is the nature of Atma, he doesn't think Atma is this Chaitanya which is Adhisthanam of all. In that I am projecting the world. He just sees the world. That world is actually projection in the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, which is the real Swarupa of Atma. But he doesn't know. So when it is said, Aneka Rupa Prapancham Atmani Kalpayan, like how in Dakshinamurti Stotram also, Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahiriva Udbhutam Yatha Nidraya. So Jagrat Prapancha, when we say Jagrat Prapancha is Kalpita in Atma, that Atma is Jagat Adhisthanam. Then because of Bhranti, he gets identified with his Panca Kosha. He thinks I am here, therefore Jagat is outside. That's why Pashyan Atmani, Maya Bahi. He sees everything in Atma. Then he erroneously defines Atma. Therefore everything appears outside. Kalpayan Vyavaharati Ityartha. Swapna Drishtanta Siddham Anudya Dashtantikam Nigamayati Ardhena Shlokana. Swapna Drishtanta Siddham, what is Siddham through Swapna Drishtanta? Having said that again, he does Nigamanam of Dashtantika, means Jagrat. Swapne Tadvat Prabodheyo Vahishyantastathaiva cha Alekhyaadhyayane Yadvat Tadanyonyadhiyodbhavam. Swapne Tadvat Prabodheyo Vahishyantastathaiva cha Alekhyaadhyayane Yadvat Tadanyonyadhiyodbhavam. Yo swapne bahishcha antascha tadvad prabodhe bahishcha antascha tathaiva. And it is just like how it is in swapna. This is one idea. Second idea is yadvat alekhya adhyane tad anyonya dhiyodbhavam. This is another drishtanta. Alekhya adhyanam. Swapne tadvat prabodhe yo bahishya antas tathaiva cha. Tika. So I will elaborate on this point as we come in the Tika itself. First line is very clear. Just like in Swapna also there is inside and there is outside. Like that in Jagrat also there is inside and outside. That is given first. Yadvat swapne vyavaharas tadvat prabodhe api vyavahara. Like in Swapna, how the vyavahara is, same is true in Jagrat. This is in Vaitathya Prakarana. In Mandukya, this is elaborated. Yathaiva swapne antar bahir bhavaha. Just like in Swapna, there is antar bahir-bhava. So in swapna, let's say there is ghata which is outside and some manovritti which is inside while I am dreaming. So this person, Devadatta, he is on the bed. He projects one entity, dreamer. That dreamer, he is watching ghata outside and he is thinking, I will buy this ghata. How much money they will charge? How much money I have? This is all going on inside his mind. Exactly the same thing happens in Jagrat. Tathaiva prabodhe api antar bahir bhava iti yojana. Okay, so what is the objective of saying this? Objective is this, that when that person wakes up from swapna, Devadatta comes out of his swapna, then whatever was outside this swapna, outside the dreamer of that dream is all mithya, like ghata. And whatever he was thinking is also mithya. In the same way, here also. External world is also mithya. And what is the mental world that I go on thinking, I will do this, I want to do this, I want to go here, all of that is also sukshma vichara, which is mithya. So bahya sthula prapancha is mithya, antar sukshma prapancha is mithya. Now this mithya shabda we have used, we might have seen in different contexts, how it is discussed in this chapter in particular. Mithya means we know it is anirvachaniya. When we say anirvachaniya means satvena, asatvena, ubhayatha nirvaktum ashakya. We cannot do its nirvachanam. Means we can't say whether it is sat, whether it is asat, whether it is ubhaya. Means either way it is not possible. It cannot be sat because it is getting negated. It is badhita. Sad vastu cannot be badhita. It is not asat because it is experienced. Asat vastu cannot be experienced. And it cannot be both because they are paraspar virodhi. Other than Advaita Vedanta darshan, all other darshanas, they said we are going to define this world. So how? Example is like Nyaya Darshan said, we will tell you, it is Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesh, Samvayava. Then Dravya Lakshana they will do. It is this. Gunashrayatvam, Dravyatvam. Or they will give some long definition. Akasha samaveta samavetatve sati. Akasha samavetatvam. Dravyatva jati lakshanam. Something they will give. So take some simple example. Prithvi. Gandhavati Prithvi. They will do Anumanam also. Prithvi itara vidyate. Itarebhyo vidyate. Gandhavatvat. Yannaivam tannaivam. Yatha jalam. So when we see, we say, oh, wonderful, they have done definition. To do siddhi of Prithvi, you need Gandha. To do siddhi of Gandha, you need Prithvi. This is Anyanya Ashraya. What is Gandha? That which is there in Prithvi is Gandha. What is Prithvi? That in which Gandha is Prithvi. So Vedanta says this is what we call anirvachaniyam. You are struggling to define these things. You think you have defined, somewhere or the other, somebody will catch you on this. Whether you define it there in this way and question, or you see the chemistry, all the elements table, and you say that which has such structure, atom, or proton, neutron, electron, this, that, it is this element, it is this element. You have defined them. You are classifying them in one way or the other. It is the same thing what they said, Prithvitvam, Gandhavatvam. This is what is said in chemistry and in physics. There is no difference. And all of them, they have some or the other anyanya ashraya. This is what is called anirvachaniya. Same thing is true for when Sankhya says there is Satkaryavada, Sankhya and Yoga. And when Nyaya Vaisheshika says it is Asatkaryavada, when it comes to Karya Karana Vichara. Similar thing when the Mimamsakas, they hear and they say, I will tell you. First, karma is there because of which body comes. And then body is there because of which karmas are performed. So again there is anyanya ashraya. Body came first or karmas were done first. So all of these will lead to anirvachaniya only, whether you take Nyaya or Sankhya, Yoga or Mimamsa. And this is the Pratipadanam here. That really speaking, you will not be able to do Nirvachanam of this Jagat. Like why there is Swapna? Why did I see this or that? So some reason will be, oh, because of your karma. Then you ask the question, who did the karma? What was the first karma? Whether karma was first or sharira was there. Then we say, actually all of this is only in Vyavaharik Satta. Within that, you will not find the solution. He gives another example. Antar bahir bhavena prathamano vyavaharaha swapna kalpita iti uktva. Tatraiva drishtantantaram aha. Antar bahir bhavena prathamano vyavaharaha. Prathamana means the vyavahara which is taking place in this way. This vyavahara is Mithya that is given here. So this vyavahara is Mithya. Swapnavat kalpita iti uktva tatraiva drishtantantaram aha. Another drishtanta is given. Alekhya adhyane. Alekhya means, see what he is saying. Let's say there is a guru and there is a shishya. Guru studies from some scriptures or guru listens to his guru. He does Shravanam. And he does Adhyanam in this way. Then he teaches the student. And student writes down this shloka. So what was there in the patra? Paper or whatever, old style patra. That Guru heard. Then that was written, that was taught to student. He writes down in the patra. So in this, alekhya tasya adhyanam. What is the likhita shabda, etc. So this is also mithya. How? See in Tika. यथा आलेख्य अपेक्षया अध्ययनम श्लोकादेः अध्ययन अपेक्षया च पत्रादौ पुनः आलेखनम मिथ्यैव आलेख्य अपेक्षया श्लोकादेः अध्ययनम श्लोकादेः मीन्स श्लोकादीनाम अध्ययनम based on the alekhya means talapatra something is there, then the guru reads, he teaches, adhyanam happens, then adhyana apekshaya cha patrado punar alekhanam, then the disciples hears, then he writes down. All this is mithya. Why? Sarvagatanam niravayavanam varnanam lekhana asambhavat ityartha. The varnas, the alphabets, they are actually sarvagata and they are niravayava. They are partless and all-pervading. They are not those lines which are there on the talapatra or on paper. Varna is sarvagata and niravayava, it is partless. Sarvagatanam niravayavanam varnanam lekhana asambhavat. That's why they are nitya. But he explains further. How? So let us see. Esha akshara yojana. How to do this? Anvaya of this. He puts them. Alekhyancha adhyanancha iti alekhya adhyane. Alekhyancha adhyanancha alekhya adhyane. Tad ubhayam yatha anyonya dhiyo udbhavam. Antar bahir bhavena paraspara apeksha buddhi janyam. Bahi rekha visheshakarena अनुभूतम अपेक्ष्य अंतर्बुद्धौ संस्कार रूपेण आधीयते. So these two, alekhanam and adhyanam, tadubhayam yatha anyonya dhiyo udbhavam. For lekhanam, I need adhyanam. For adhyanam, I need lekhanam. This is just like for sharira, I need karma. For karma, I need sharira. But somebody says, first karma, then sharira, let us say. That sharira had karma A. This sharira will do karma B. That will produce sharira B. So karma A, sharira A. Karma B, sharira B. Where is Anyanya Ashya? So this is parampara. But in this parampara, other than the avayava of parampara, there is no reality. It is not a thing other than these individuals. If individual things are not there, there is no such thing called parampara. Hetu phala, parampara. तद उभयम यथा अन्योन्य धियोद्भवम अंतर्बहिर्भावेन परस्पर अपेक्ष बुद्धिजन्यम। अन्योन्य धियोद्भवम अंतर्बहिर्भावेन परस्पर अपेक्ष बुद्धिजन्यम। परस्परापेक्ष बुद्धि is there because each is depending on the other. Antarbahir also same thing. For external objects projection, such vasanas are required. Then that nimitta will come. It will create that atmosphere. And then whatever objects are there outside, that will produce further kamanas, vasanas inside the mind. So what is inside expresses outside. What is outside will create impressions inside. Then it will go on. Alaya Vigyan. How do Bodhas explain? Alaya Vigyan and Kshanik Vigyan. Alaya Vigyan, Kshanik Vigyan. परस्परापेक्ष बुद्धिजन्यम बहि रेखा विशेष आकारेण अनुभूतम। परस्पर अपेक्ष बुद्धिजन्यम and externally how it appears, rekha vishesh akarena anubhutam. Some specific on white paper or white screen, some black forms are there. Then when it is written like this, we say this is called a. Then we all accept that this is a. You know what happens in the English alphabet, etc. Same alphabet, but different countries, they use that letter to pronounce something else, to mean something else. Within India also it is there. If you want to say ta, so some people will use T and some people will use
Ha.
TH. Some people will say it is T and some people will say it is TH. For one letter. So like that, for everything there is, however people define, then that is how they are going to use. रेखा विशेष आकारेण अनुभूतम अपेक्ष्य अंतर्बुद्धौ संस्कार रूपेण अधीयते. Then it will create samskara in that way, in the buddhi. Then tad apeksha cha bahihi shabda vyavharaya alikhyate. Then based on that samskara, external shabda vyavahara, for that they will write down. So however they have heard or understood, that samskara will be formed, then accordingly they will write down, they will do further shabda vyavahara. This will go on. You can't, if you think, you can change people to think it differently and all, it is very difficult, it is impossible. And there are people who live in America, they think the world is thinking differently because they think 1 gallon means how much. They have their idea. And accordingly, they will think everything gallon. Elsewhere, they might use liters. But then they'll say, see, they are so different. They don't know. And external outside people will say, these people, but this is how there is conditioning. Everything is conditioned based on those samskaras, and then you look at external world in that way only. Therefore, in Vyavaharik Jagat, you will never have Advaitam. Vyavaharik Jagat is not meant for Advaitam. It is not meant for free from problems. We are sorry to say, but this is the fact. Because Vyavaharik Jagat will have all this confusion only. No two people living in the same house will think in the same way. Forget on all issues. Out of 10, on at least 5 to 6 issues, they will have totally different opinion. Living under one roof, where is the question of bringing the whole world together? It is only, and you see what happens anyway. इति अक्षरेषु दृष्टयोर अन्योन्य अपेक्षत्वेन आलेख्य अध्ययनयोर अवस्तुत्वम्. अक्षरेषु, in those अक्षर, दृष्टयोः अन्योन्य अपेक्षत्वेन, there is अन्योन्य अपेक्षा, अंतः and बहिः, अंतः संस्कार, बहिः व्यवहार. अपेक्षत्वेन आलेख्य अध्ययनयोः अवस्तुत्वम्, and therefore because they have अन्योन्य अपेक्षा, both of them are avastu. Means they both, if both are dependent, something else has to be there which is independent. Yadvat tadvat atmani api antarbahirбhavena drishyamana sarvo vyavaharo na vastu san iti. In the same way, atmani api, this antarbahir, whatever vyavahara is there, is not real, na vastu san. बुद्धिनिष्ठम अर्थम व्याकुर्वन् भ्रांत्या तृष्णोद्भव क्रिय इति उक्तम प्रपंचयति. बुद्धिनिष्ठम अर्थम व्याकुर्वन्, so what is there in his buddhi, he makes it manifest through some vyavahara, jnana vyavahara, karma vyavahara, hanopadana vyavahara, etc. Abhijna, abhivadan, then arthakriyakarithvam, hanopadanam. 4. Karma vyavahara is in this way. Abhivadan, arthakriyakarithvam, hanopadanam. So Trishnodbhava Kriya, Bhrantya, iti uktam, what was said, he is elaborating in this shloka now. Yadayam kalpayed bhedam tatkamaha sanyatha kratuhu yat kamastat kratur bhutva kritam yat tat prapadyate. Yadayam kalpayed bhedam tatkamaha sanyatha kratuhu yat kamastat kratur bhutva kritam yat tat prapadyate. Yada ayam bhedam kalpayet tat kamaha san yatha kratuhu bhavet. Yat kamas tat kratur bhutva yat kritam tat prapadyate. First he will do some kalpana. Yada ayam bhedam kalpayet. Bhedam kalpayet. He will do bheda kalpana. Then tat kamaha. He will have some kamana. From that kamana, he will do sankalpa. Kratuhu means sankalpa. San yatha kratuhu. This is from Brahadaranyaka 4:4-5, if I am not wrong. Sa yatha kamo bhavati तत्क्रतुर्भवति, स यत्क्रतुर्भवति तत्कर्म कुरुते, स यत्कर्म कुरुते तदपि संपद्यते. All this is athanu kamayamana, itinu kamayamana. All this kamayamana, the one who has kamana. They have given the quotation in the Tika. I think it is not accurate. Atho, at the end you see, tatha cha shrutihi, atho khalvahu, kamamaya eva ayam purusha iti. Sa yatha kamo bhavati, tat kratur bhavati, I think. Yat kratur bhavati, tat karma kurute. Yat karma kurute, tadapi sampadyate iti. In this way the quotation is. So then he is in this chakra. Tika. Ayam atma purvam bhranti samskara vashat यदा बुद्धि कंचुकारूढ़ः सन अविद्यया भेदम कल्पयेत. अयम आत्मा, दिस आत्मा, आत्मा मीन्स जीवात्मा, you have to take. भ्रांति संस्कार वशात, because of पूर्वम, first what he will do, बुद्धि कंचुकारूढ़ः सन, with the vesture of buddhi, avidya bhedam kalpayet, he will do bheda kalpana. तदा तत्कामः शोभनत्वेन अध्यस्त विषय भेदे अभिलाषवान. He will have शोभन बुद्धि in those things. तत्कामः शोभनत्वेन अध्यस्त विषय भेदे. Everything is अध्यस्त. Somewhere शोभन बुद्धि, somewhere अशोभन. 7 layer. First avidya, then Advaita buddhi, then raga dvesha, then some karma, vihita nishiddha karma, etc. Abhilashavan, abhilasha means ichha. Vilashavan san yatha kratuhu yatha kamam krita sankalpo bhavati. Based on his kamana, he will do some sankalpa. Kratuhu means sankalpaha. Idamaham sadhaishye iti adhyavasaya rupa. Adhyavasaya means adhyavasaya. What is adhyavasaya?
निश्चयात्मिक होना चाहिए।
Adhyavasaya means nishchaya. So he will have nishchaya. Idam aham sadhaishye. This I will attain. This is kratuhu. Tatasya yat kamaha tat kratur bhutva yat kama sadhanam karma kritam tan nishpaditam. Yat kamaha tat kratur bhutva. Whatever kama is there, every kamana he may not do sankalpa. Some he will do sankalpa. Kratur bhutva yat kama sadhanam karma kritam tan nishpaditam. Yat kama sadhanam karma kritam tan nishpaditam. Then he will work. He will accomplish that. Then tat phalavastham prapadyate prapnoti. Then he will get some result. पुनस्तात संस्कार सचिवो भेदम परिकल्प्य काम क्रतु पूर्वकम कर्मानुष्ठाय फलभाग इति एवं अन्योन्य धिया हेतु फलात्मना परिकल्पितम संसारम अनुभवति इत्यर्थः. सो काम संकल्प कर्म फलम. Then once again, he has those samskaras. Tat samskara sachivo. Sachiva means all of them are attendants, assistants. Their job is only to create differences, to show differences, more bheda, and give, there is sukham here, oh, there is sukham there, then project, then go, do more karma. Edam parikalpya, kam kratu purvakam karmanusthaya. Again he will do some karmanusthana. He will become phalabhak. Phalam bhunte. Iti phalabhak. So he will be experiencer of those phala. Iti evam अन्योन्य धिया हेतु फलात्मना परिकल्पितम संसारम अनुभवति इत्यर्थ. हेतु फल some karma फल, some karma some more karma फल, and he will experience samsara not in one janma, over so many janmas. This story goes on. If we learn our lesson, then we will become serious, otherwise this will continue. Tatha cha shruti hi, this shruti we already saw from Brahadaranyaka. So drishya mithyatvam, he will conclude further in the next session. We will see. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Mudita Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.